What's good, guys? We're here talking Miami Sellers Conference. I'm here with Max, who has sold 1 million in the last 30 days. And of course, Amazon Lit. We got Eric representing now Ecom Profit Path. We can talk a little bit about that and why you had to change your name. But he does anywhere. I don't even know what you're at now, but I know in the past, multi-millions each month. I know you had some account trouble last year. We can talk a little bit about that too. And we got Taylor Jones here, who has retired recently. No longer sells on Amazon. He's done.
It's about the time.
So, welcome to the show, guys. We're just going to talk about Miami Sellers Conference, and kind of like the theme here is we have somebody that makes their own products to sell on Amazon, brand name products, like they own their brand. Then we have someone making a killing over here. Both these guys, actually, Taylor and Eric, selling other people's brands, making connections with suppliers. And you have me, who I've actually been doing a lot of wholesale. It's my biggest source of income.
Nice.
Between everything I do. So, and I'm dabbling in private label as well, which is why we're interested in bringing people like Max to Miami Sellers Conference. So that's all I got. What you got, Taylor?
I was going to ask Max or even Eric what they thought, if they're in touch with, I think it's been really cool to see where the sellers that come to Miami, what they're looking to scale in. And I feel like a lot of people were really hyped about OA like a few years ago. And I feel like more people have been talking about going brand direct more recently with all the changes and stuff. What kind of changes have you seen, Eric, in that world with your students and stuff? Have you noticed anything with that?
I agree. I think people are shifting more away from the arbitrage, retail, online. Not that there's still not opportunity there. There is. It's just smaller opportunity. But I still know some people crushing it in that space. But I think the larger sellers are making more of a pivot to obviously wholesale, and then taking some of the wholesale products that they sell and looking to get brand direct relationships with those products that they're selling. I agree.
Yeah, and then Avery said that you guys went through a big change up recently with your account. Are you guys still what percent of your catalog and what are you guys playing around with in terms of making your own listings and stuff, and versus like selling, with your own trademarks versus, because I know Max is, all of his stuff is trademark, and that was the advice he gave me is like, if you don't have something registered, it's really not your own. What percent of your catalog, Eric, are you guys focusing on selling under your own brand versus wholesale? Other brands?
Anything that's registered on our is private label brands, which is less than 5% of our total sales. And then the other listings we create are all brand partnerships where we have access to their trademarks through brand registry, and we're creating those listings. But the reason we got suspended back in September for 10 days was for registering our own trademarks and creating bundles. And since then, we made a huge shift. We've actually downsized our business by close to 50% just to be a little more efficient. Yeah, so we went from like 5-6 million a month, and now we're doing like 2.5 to 3. And we're even going to continue to downsize even further and just focus on profitability. I mean, this is year 13 for us. Sebastian just turned 40. I just had a baby. We're launching Source Correct in a month or so to eSellers or I, which is huge. We've helped thousands of people sell billions of dollars on Amazon. We're just kind of shifting our priorities.
Nice. Yeah. No, I think that's awesome. I know, I feel like you got to be really careful with like what you can get away with, and like, obviously de-risking and doing, staying in line with Amazon terms of service. I remember asking ChatGPT if that was allowed. And I remember them actually, at one point, they actually told me you were allowed to do that.
Yeah, but they probably pulled from an old Seller Central article.
Maybe, yeah.
They updated their bundling policy in like October. Yep. So I think we were really like a case study for them. They're just like, hey, let us suspend these guys and fuck over their business, and then we'll change the bundling policy 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I interviewed, and I'll move on to Max in just a second. I interviewed David on my channel, who's also come to Miami, big bookseller. He's been in business for like 15 plus years. And he actually made like one of his first e-products. We made a little ebook for how to get your account unsuspended, particularly for booksellers. And then we had like the biggest bookseller on Amazon buy his guide. We only sold like a few copies, but then like out of nowhere, just like way after the video, probably like a few weeks after, we had a purchase from the biggest bookseller on Amazon buy the guide. And then when I was at Amazon Accelerate, I didn't see you there at all, but I was hanging out with Stefan does business. He actually, speaking of OA, he did 1.6 million in OA in 1 month, which is fucking ridiculous. So he'll be at Miami. I invited that kid. He complained about the after party a few years ago, but we made up at Amazon Accelerate and we're cool. But I just thought it was so funny that I was with someone who worked for the company with the biggest bookseller, and he was like, yeah, we were suspended for 10 days. And like they're doing, I don't know what their exact numbers are on Amazon, but like millions, probably like every couple of days, or if not every day. And it's like Amazon knows this, like they know how much volume you're doing, and they know like 99.9% of the customers are happy with your products, and then they still are willing just to pull the plug. And it's like, why are they doing this? Like, it's like almost like they want to spread like, the fear in the community or something. And I went, and Doug Harrington was talking about like how they've made so much progress in getting rid of the bad actors. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, you're also like fucking up a lot of people's lives. You're not auditing these people like truly. But anyway, Max, if you want to introduce yourself and kind of what you're doing and what your progression's been on Amazon over the years from when you started.
So my name is Maxim, and I used to sell on Amazon back in 2017, and I had different businesses. One of them I sold. It's not related to e-commerce and anyhow. It was a construction company in New York. And when the COVID started, um, we launched, I launched my own brand on Amazon. Right now, we are eight-figure seller. We own two brands, and it's around like a 250 SKUs.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, we manufacture here in Florida, in Miami, on our own facility. And my approach to the business is, first of all, is to bring the real value to the customers, not just resell someone's product. And also, when you own your own product that's unique, that's produced by yourself, you have a lot more control. For example, for us, Amazon, we don't have a business on Amazon. It's just a channel of distribution. Yes, for now, it's gonna be the biggest one because when we started our business, I had the most expertise there because I had my own marketing agency. So, um, but we also grow in other channels like Walmart, own website. We even sell on Etsy. And also, we don't have right now the capacity, but we're working on it. We want to go on retail to sell our products, not just online, but offline also. And yeah, and Amazon sometimes is challenging, and the rules changing a lot, especially when you're selling someone's products. They can say you're not compliant, your account get banned, and I believe that to be really successful long term, you need to have your own product, your own team, not freelancers. Freelancers doesn't work because if you like found the freelancer, he works for the multiple companies, and if he get so good, he's working with so many of them, then he start hiring other people, and this quality of service is not that. We grow in our own team. We have around 20 people in our, no, 15 people in our online team. It's account managers, it's a PPC. We have own designers. We basically do everything in house. It's how we can grow and actually grow, not just in terms of the revenue, but also in terms of the expertise, how we know our product, how we present our brand, and how we promote it. And that's why I think it's also very important not just have your own product, but have your own team.
I agree. I agree with your own team aspect, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's like, when it comes to selling on Amazon, there's different levels. Like I think selling books is the easiest. You go to a thrift store, scan some books, list them, ship them, get paid. I think wholesale is a lot more difficult, but I think the difference now that I'm doing private label versus like selling brand name products is like if you sell someone else's brand name products, they've worked years on establishing a brand, so you can get sales like that. But you're at risk that if you have a couple brands that are bringing in most of your revenue, at any point in time, somebody like Eric could come through and start working with the brand directly and say, hey, we want all the other Amazon sellers off. Or the brand themselves could say, hey, we want to try this Amazon thing out. And so there is like a lot of interest. And I'm sure you felt that at Amazon Accelerate, Eric, like all of the Amazon reps like wanted you to have your own brand, at least the ones I talked to. And so there's different corners of Amazon that you can make money on, and there's pros and cons to each. But
Yeah.
that's how we got Miami Sellers Con.
I actually met Max
Yeah.
at a party at in like what was it, 2021 in Miami. He told me he told me he was an Amazon seller, but I didn't know, what he was doing. I was like, so yeah, here we are 4 years later.
Yeah,
I feel-
we met at a very nice place.
Yeah, I feel like when someone tells you to sell online, until you like know what their revenue is or what they're actually doing, you never know who you're talking to.
You never know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
people doing drop shipping and still call it e-commerce, but
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like all models have their pros and cons though. Like even for us, we have a private label brand. We get it manufactured overseas. We placed a $250,000 purchase order for 3 SKUs. 2 of them, Amazon then requested SDS documentation, which we're providing them like direct from like all of the information they need, and they keep denying it. So now I got 120K of inventory sitting in my warehouse that we own. It's like no
Damn.
solution. Too
it's
much.
all about how much impact and influence you have on your business. When you do business strictly on Amazon, only on Amazon, Amazon has bigger influence on your business than you yourself. This is not very sustainable model. Amazon is good to start to get to like a 8 figures around this, but if you want to do long term and big, you need to have your own website, own social media, build your brand, build your customer, like a base, and
For
communicate
sure.
with them directly. When you sell on Amazon, we make a sell, but the LTV of each customer is very short. We don't even really can reach the customer after we made the sale, right? Compared to our website, we have their phone number, we have their email, so we can communicate with them directly. Yes, the cost of the first sale, it will be more than on Amazon, but then we can sell to this person more after with no cost, because email costs nothing. I
You
mean, it's
use
cost to create it.
to
Huh?
make a store using
Yeah,
Shop.
we're using Shopify for now. It's not our biggest channel, but we constantly growing it, and I see a lot of opportunities actually there, because it's taking time. It's not like Amazon. You basically launch the product, you start PPC, and it starts sell. No, with with I'm sorry. With Shopify, you need to actually have your social media, build your, customers, like a database, and
You doing anything on
work.
TikTok, Matt?
Not really right now, because we don't have resources, but we're looking into it. We not do everything at once.
Yeah.
We
I agree.
put the structure. We put the structure in every segment of our business. When we have the structure that can work without me telling them what to do every day, rather have just 1 or 2 strategic calls like in a week. In the worst case scenarios, better in a month. So after this, we can move somewhere else. Before that, before we don't have a structure, it's not a business. It's like
Yeah.
basically Uber driving in front of your computer. You're constantly on calls with all these employees. You cannot do anything. You need to build the structure in every segment of your business and then move forward.
Yeah, I think that's what some of the biggest value that you guys will both bring to the event this year is you guys both run. I mean, I know Eric, you guys got 20 plus people on your team, right?
Yeah, we got about 40.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You know, having that big of a team, you guys could both basically remove yourself from the business probably for a week or two if you wanted, and it would still be cranking.
Oh, more than that. I feel
No,
like when
more.
yeah, when we go away for 10 days at a time, I feel like the prep is the highest it's ever been. Our sales become the best they've ever been. It's like, because everything's managed properly.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's even better to leave them alone.
Yeah.
You need to leave them alone because when they feel your presence too much, they feel like you said that and they ask you everything. And they're like,
Yeah.
I paying you for
Yeah,
not
to
to
figure
ask
it out.
me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Eric, I know we've had you, I think pretty much every year now. Max, this will be your first year at the Miami event. Max, we can start with you and then maybe Eric, you can share too. What do you feel like you are most excited about when it comes to, you know, at the level that you're at now? Do you get a lot of value at this point in your business, networking with other sellers? Is it more of getting excited about sort of giving back to the people that are starting, or kind of what gets you excited about coming to like an event like Miami?
Yes, it's more about to share my experience, to have like some philosophy and some values in my life, and is to bring the light to the people. For me, this conference, I don't sell any courses. I'm not planning to, right? So for me, it's more like share the experience, and if it helps someone and bright the light in someone, and this person create the you know new products that give people even more value and make the world a little bit better with their products, it will be the best, basically, mm, what do you call it? Best, but best for me. Yeah, that's why I'm doing that. I don't have any like materialistic more than just to give some people some knowledges, and I hope some it will be helpful to someone.
For sure. Yeah, I think we got plenty of courses out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So cool, Eric. What about you guys, man? What do you guys? I know you guys just got back from Italy, right?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
How was
Passion, my
that?
dad went. Yeah, we went to visit an Amazon business and made like a full trip out of it. Went to 3 different cities. It was a great time, man. It was life-changing experience.
That's awesome. A beautiful country.
We
Yeah,
got
beautiful country.
YOLO saying the best Amazon business is selling courses. I think a lot of people think that, and then they try it and they realize how hard it is.
Yeah.
You can sell a course. Selling a course and getting someone results is a completely different game.
Completely different
Yeah.
world.
And I feel like unless you actually get people results, you're not going to be selling a course for very long.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna be like your Kenzo or your Will, who start a course, and a year later everybody's talking trash about them.
Yeah. I respect Will more because I don't think he's ever like bold-faced lied. His webinars are wild. He'll teach like 4 different models in one webinar.
Yeah.
But like Kevin David, we invited Brandon Young to speak. He was going to speak. Do you know what Brandon Young is, Max?
No,
He's a big private label guy, and he
I'm
was
not really
interviewed.
follow anyone in terms
Gotcha.
of yeah. I
But
mean,
he,
I don't see like a really value for me because, for example, if it's some technical stuff, my team is learning about PPC and stuff like this, and I don't think like any courses in the world will be more knowledgeable than the people who actually work and spend like 8 to 10 hours a day in a
Yeah.
like team working on like that's why I think like more important is like bigger picture, like a strategic business education is more important. Something about the innovations or how to build the team.
Yeah, but it's
I
tough
mean,
to
at
do
my
it.
level,
Yeah, at your level, yeah, but it's tough for
yeah,
a guy who's starting a business out of
mhm,
his living room to,
yeah.
you know.
I was the one. I was the one 3 years ago. Literally a small warehouse. I think it's like a 400 square feet place.
heck yeah.
Yeah.
Like Kevin David was the one that he took somebody's sales. I don't know if it might have been your sales, Eric. It was someone's sales, and he edited a comma like in the wrong place to make it look like he was selling more. and then they caught him on it. So I mean, you're just like full of shit at that point.
Yeah.
Taylor invited him to speak at Miami a couple of years ago.
I didn't follow him I didn't realize he was a scammer. I just saw, he's got a bunch of followers, and I didn't really look into
He was on the phone with them.
Yeah. And then Avery's like,
He's an active lawsuit open right now for scamming $30 or $40 million. It's still open. It's an open lawsuit.
oh my God.
Talented guy.
Yeah. What was that?
Talented guy. It's not that easy to scam someone for 30 meals.
At the same time, yeah, like low key, it is a skill to sell that many courses. Like people talk shit, but like it is fucking hard to sell a lot of courses at scale.
Any business is hard. Any business is not easy.
Any business is hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Eric, do you want to talk a little bit about? We're talking about IP complaints and owning your own brand. Do you want to talk about what happened with you and why you changed your Instagram name?
Yeah, so Amazon, they filed a cease and desist letter with us. I think I have it on my desk here somewhere. It's right here. They sent us this letter in the mail and basically said we could no longer use Amazon in our brand name. So they gave us 30 days. We hired a lawyer, filed an extension, and we changed our name to Ecom Profit Path, which really, listen, it's been, we started this business 2018, so we had a great run with it. I really think Ecom Path fits us more because now we're doing a lot on TikTok Shop. We're selling on Walmart. We're also operate a massive Amazon business. So it kind of worked out perfectly where now we can strategically position ourselves as not just Amazon experts, but e-commerce in general experts, because that's what we really are.
Yeah. Do you, I'm curious because I know, Avery, you've mentioned some things about like you think that Amazon has seen like your content and like knows what you're doing. Do you think any of your account shutdown, Eric, might have something to do with the fact that someone at Amazon was watching you guys with that cease and desist and like know what you guys were building? Do you think it might have been correlated? Like you maybe had a target on your back or something because you guys are very active on social media, or completely unrelated things?
No, it was the bundling policy. I mean, we were doing at $1.5 million a month in sales with trademark created bundles, adding brushes and loofahs and toothbrushes to name products. So it's very clear what the suspension is for. Yeah.
Nice.
They're not wanted like me.
That's great.
Yeah, we got a big event this year for everyone that's just listening about Miami. We got free networking Wednesday night. We got the event all day on Thursday. You guys will get tons of access to all the speakers if you want to pick Max's brain. You know, the beauty of these events is sometimes maybe someone like Max only has 10 people around them, and that's like you get, direct contact with someone doing $1 million in sales, or vice versa. Maybe Eric's over in the corner. We're going to have an open bar at 2:00.
Both days.
So at 2:00, maybe Eric's having a drink outside. You can go ask him a question on how to land a brand direct deal, in the hallway. And then we got the after party Thursday night at a penthouse. And then Friday, we're got the event all day, same schedule, panels in the afternoon, and then after party at the Hyatt outside near the river on Friday night. And then Saturday, kind of chill day. We'll probably do a beach day at Muscle Beach or something. Go out there, get some beach wrestling in. You guys can watch me beat up on Taylor. And then after that, we'll go to the yacht. And the yacht departs from the Hyatt at the river. So just go downstairs, make sure to book your rooms at the Hyatt, and then just take off right from there. So,
yeah. I think that's one of the coolest things. I think what year is this for? I know I've been going since year one, but what year is this? Fifth? So this is 5 years. I've been to all 5. Progressively every year they get better. My favorite part, the main reason I attend, is obviously to give back to the community, but also to just hang out with people and learn about what they're doing. Like last year, I learned about the Amazon affiliate program. I came home from the event. I told my wife, she started maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. She's making like $1,000 a month, spending 5 hours a month, reviewing products. So it's like, here's an additional income that I would have never thought about, reviewing products on Amazon. But my wife's like, I can do that. And now she's doing it. And now she's about to take that same strategy to TikTok. So like, just from that, attending that event, this spark came off and we're making money from it. So it's like, that's the shit.
Tell her to send Taylor 10% of the profits for whatever she's making.
No, I think we got to send Cade. 10% of the profit.
They're coming again this year, Cade and Trevin. Trevin was actually talking about meeting up with Amazon's ad team potentially. So I was like, hey, can I come with you?
Oh, they're in Miami?
They're going to be in Miami at the same time.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of networking happens throughout the weekend.
Yeah.
No,
I'm excited to see what you guys are doing with TikTok, Eric. And I know that Avery's met some younger kids that are making like 6 figures a month on TikTok. I haven't dabbled with it much, but I'm excited to learn what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
TikTok differently. It's a big opportunity right now.
Yeah.
If you have a viral product, one of my friends, it's a brand called True CMOS. They're very big. They are very big on TikTok. They also have their own manufacturing in LA. They are like probably right now in the mid 8 figures a year revenue.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
great.
This private label, it's they have like a big product line, but it's all about CMOS.
Yeah.
And it's
the
also
cool-
because they got very viral on TikTok, the Whole Foods and Sprouts invited them on the shelves. So they reached out to them and said like, oh guys, do you want to come on our shelves? So it was a big, big thing. And right now, because it's viral and it's on the Whole Foods and it's Sprouts, the bloggers is coming to Whole Foods. They don't even pay them. The bloggers or all this, young people coming to, and making the content for them that they don't even pay for.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
this is
great.
like a very cool success story. Very nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say, and then Eric asked you the same question, for people that want to emulate your results, people that want to sell 1 million in 30 days, private label, what should they do? For Eric, what should they do, to get to your point, landing deals with, brand direct or distributors?
Actually, I can start. I will tell the strategy that I think it's the most important strategy for every business, and I will tell about this more on the conference because it's not just 2 words. It will take some time, and I need to show. But it's very important that you bring the real value to the customer and taking care of everything from what customers see on the listing to what customer think when he basically used your product and and you kind of recycle it and put it in all this path is very important. Every step of this path is important because on a certain step.
Oh,
Oops.
we lost him. See if he comes back here in a second. If not, Eric, you can fire away.
Yeah, I think our main focus is going to be, leveraging wholesale to drive brand direct relationships, because wholesale is, phenomenal still. It's not going anywhere. There's still a lot of opportunity. And Avery, I know you've been doing some wholesale recently, and I've seen some of your posts. It's very easy to scale to, 6 and 7-figure months with wholesale. But through that process, you need to be allocating a portion of your time to building brand direct relationships, because they're going to be higher margin, less issues. But really, the only way to get those is if you have that. Because if you're brand new, no brand's going to give you their brand to represent when you're operating out of your basement. You need to establish a foundation, so then you have results to show, like, hey, I'm doing $600K a month. I'm doing $800K a month. This is what I do for a living.
Yeah. 100%. I've even thought, like, at this point, like me and Taylor were talking about it with a certain brand, like we could go to them, and we don't know if they'd say yes because they're huge. But like, I know for a fact I could make them more money because I just see what they're doing on Amazon. They're not, their whole product catalog's not there. They're not bundling things the way they should. They're not offering everything. And what's happening is other people are doing it, you know, via like either gray hat methods or even like white label, private label. They're kind of like filling in the holes that the brand's not doing. You got to realize brands are busy. You know, they got other things. They're focused on their own website. So Amazon's just like a side thing for them, you know, and it's looked at as risky for a lot of people because you never know what Amazon's going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you either of you guys, with your private label, Eric, and with you, Max, do you guys, have you ever dabbled with like product inserts? I know we've ordered some stuff on Amazon that people have included flyers with a QR code, not offering, you know, like to a warranty or something. And then I've heard other people say it's way too risky. Don't even touch it. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
So I also think it's too risky and doesn't worth it.
Okay.
People have your brand name. If they
Yep.
want to know about your brand more, they Google it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
don't need to, you know, do like extra risky stuff.
Same thoughts, Eric? Don't mess with the flyers, product inserts.
No, we do flyers and inserts. Typically, you'll take them to like a how-to video, an instructional video, basically explaining a little more detail about the product, or if it's a food product, it will take them to recipes. So yeah, we do inserts, but we're very clear with our understanding of Amazon's terms of service when it comes to inserts. Sure, you know, like you're not asking for a 5-star review and like all the stuff that's covered in the TOS to make sure it's compliant.
Okay.
That's smart.
Are you guys trying to get an email after the how-to video, or you're not even worried about that?
I mean, email is like gold in the e-com, in any business. I mean, because like Max said, it's once you own an email, you own the customer.
Yeah.
It's basically only way to communicate with your clientele, like a, you know, most efficient one when they're actually buying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got 100% ROI FBM asking, do you have a rough time window for Wednesday? The location is going to be announced for free networking, but probably somewhere downtown Miami.
It'll be within walking distance of the Hyatt Regency, so somewhere around there.
Yep.
Somewhere around town.
Yeah. Who else we got coming to this event?
We got Cade, and then we got my friend Shirzad's coming. He does 15 million a year in book sales. We got the other book guys coming: Joji, Victor, Rebecca's coming again. Miles and Warner, of course. We got, I mean, all the notable attendees, everyone that's spoken in past years, they're going to be there, even if they're not speaking.
I think the only speaker that we don't have coming back is Larry. I think he's the only one.
Yeah, Larry's out. I kept trying to convince him, but he's got like a cruise wedding he's going on. So we'll see. I still am kind of probing at that, but I'm pretty sure he's out. So a couple other people too. Have to go to the website, MiamiSellersConference.com. Full speaker lineup. Caleb Roth's coming again for the first time in a couple of years. Yeah.
What are you guys looking forward to? Because I know I put on a lot of events myself. It's stressful. You're planning for months in advance. So I know you guys are just counting down the deadline. Like, I can't wait till it fucking happens. But, like, what are you guys looking forward to? I hope.
You know, this year for me is a lot less stressful because we have the same people coming back. It's the first time we're doing it at the same venue again. The yacht's not any different than it was 2 years ago. It's departing from the same place it was 2 years ago, which is where the venue's at. So logistically, like, you know, we paid the DJ like a ton of money this year, but the reason why is I just want that consistency. I don't want anything up in the air. You know, people are not punctual sometimes. And like, I just want everyone who's been there in the past to be there. I'm excited to have all the speakers. Like, I love all the speakers. I don't invite people if I don't enjoy hanging out with them. So just having everyone come together again and just having people from different corners. Like, you have somebody doing like over $1 million in profit just from selling books, and he's like interested in, you know, other models. And you have somebody like Max who's doing private label, and like when all of us come together, we start talking about different things, and maybe some people don't even know about a Section 3 and what it is. And speaking of that, we have a really good account specialist that says they're going to come, like the best one I've ever been in touch with. So she'll be there, hopefully. And it's just like, for me, it's like a big brainstorming session. Everybody gets together, and yeah, the talks are great. The speakers are great, but really like the magic happens, in the hall when people are, sharing drinks or on the yacht afterwards. And so many times after these events, 6 months pass and I'm talking to somebody like, yeah, I launched the software. I did this, that. And like, oh, I actually met the person on the yacht. And so a lot of business is done that way. Even for people, I know Eric, in the past when we were in Utah together, you were like, man, I don't want to get harassed on the yacht. And then you were on the yacht and you had this huge smile on your face. And I'm like, are you sure you don't want to get harassed on the yacht? Like, you look like you have a great time. So,
The yacht was fun.
You said what?
The yacht was fun. I said the yacht was fun. I passed on the yacht for the first 2 or 3 years, and then last year I decided to go, and it was a great time. It was a great time.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that, and just getting everyone together. It's fun.
Yeah.
We got Vinicius saying long-term is definitely private label. Bought a brand 2 years ago, about to sell for $3 million. Wow. At the end of this year, this is one of your people, Eric. Basically make money on retail arbitrage and wholesale, use the proceeds to create your own or buy.
Yeah.
Where did you buy the brand?
They're talking to each other. Yeah. I feel like for me, one of the things that I get the most out of is, every year I'm like, geez, are we really going to do this again? Because it is a lot of work. But, just to get to spend 3-4 days with so many people that are doing same amount of revenue, more revenue, been in the, business. I've only been in the business for 5 years, but, to hang out with, people that have been in it for 10 and have a totally different take and strategy on things I feel like I've never left the event or the weekend not feeling totally inspired about how much more I could be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So
for both the speakers and the attendees, like a lot of the attendees do way more revenue than us. They'll be doing like 10 million plus a year, and we had no idea. And they paid for their ticket. And also every year we raise the prices, and I think that does have an impact on like how serious people are about the event. And this year the tickets are already $1,000 just for general admission, and they're going to be $2,000 by the time the event happens. And so like the people in the room have paid a lot to be there, and so they're much more serious,
Yeah. Well, when you pay attention.
Absolutely. I'm going to get a charger.
So I'm pumped. I'm flying in Wednesday, so I'll be there for all the activities. I'm staying there at the Hyatt.
Sebastian, Humble Ted, Sebastian.
Yeah, he's coming, but he's just coming for a day or two. He's got he's got some prior engagements that are, I think, land on Saturday or Friday, one of those days. But he's going to come for a day or two. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
I was going to ask if either of them have thought about selling their business.
Oh, have you? Yeah, I guess that'd be an interesting question for both of you. Do you guys ever plan on exiting?
Eric, you want to answer first?
I think, yeah, definitely. If the right offer comes across the table, we would definitely entertain it.
This is
I mean,
the
right
same
now,
answer.
Oh, go ahead, Max. Go ahead.
Okay, I have the same answer. If there is a right offer, why not? But at this point, I also will be interested to partner with someone to buy their brand and to get into someone's brand.
So go
maybe I
deeper.
will meet some people maybe I will meet some people on the conference that I will be interested to invest in.
Totally.
Always trying to make more cash, both of you guys. I mean, when's enough going to be enough, really?
It's very little. I look from my balcony and see all these boats every day, and so okay, I need to work a bit more. And just imagine you already have this boat somewhere in the sea, and you want something from McDonald's, and you need to have a helicopter for this.
Yeah.
Because you need it now. So
Do you
it's never the sky is the limit.
Do you guys have
It's
like a number,
always
like a cash number when you'd be good? Like, do you guys have like a nest egg where it's like, okay, once I get this, I don't really care what happens?
Like in personal money.
Personal, yeah, like a savings.
Yeah. I think the number for me is $10 million. I mean, when you $10 million, you invest, a large portion of that in the right places, you can live off that for the rest of your life, no problem.
yeah, 10
I
million,
mean,
10 million. So,
go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go finish. Sorry,
Oh,
it's
I was
breaking
gonna
up the
say
connection. So I think you finish.
Yeah, I was going to say just even $1 million and a half bucks in the right annuity, in the right investment. I mean, you could produce $80,000-$90,000 a year off $1.5 million in the right investment. I mean, I know my lifestyle. I have some nice things, but like it's not like eating out every night, buying fucking bread and like doing all this crazy shit every single night. Like I live a rather simple lifestyle.
Yeah.
Taylor wants a private jet.
I mean, that'd be great. I think I'm a little
I mean,
bit old, but
when you 30s, I think like by 40, you need to make like a 10 mil a year, like a net, not gross.
Net.
It sounds like a right, yeah, because you're not gonna work all your life, and we don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe you need to spend money like on your family. You need to buy something that you really like, or right now it's a lot of different like the researches in like medical science. So we don't know how many years we're going to live. Maybe they create something that let us to live like to 120 to 140 years, and you need more money and you don't want to work all your life. Better to do it when you're 30, 40, maybe 50s and the right investments, and you can basically do whatever you enjoy. Maybe like help other people, maybe just travel the world, maybe raise your kids. So more is better. I
more
will
is
not
better.
set the like certain number. And more you
God,
get, more you want.
Yeah, this is true. And then the bigger your house gets, the
how's
more
the
expensive your bills
Yeah.
get, and then
The
the
house
more
that I
kids
bought
you
for
have.
myself 3 years ago, it's rented right now. I came there. It's like, wow, it's such a small house. How did I live here? Alone and 2-story, over 2,000 square feet house. And I was like, oh, wow, it's a nice house. And right now I came there because it was new tenants. I want to meet them in person. And they're like, oh, wow, it's super small. So, the
yeah.
sky is the limit. You never know.
How are you enjoying the G-Wagon, Eric?
Over it. I've never been a car guy. I mean, I don't need it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, it's a car. It's a car.
Yeah.
So it's like, does it make me feel good for 15 seconds when I get in it? Do I have that same feeling of like when you sit in first class and they bring the champagne? Yeah. But then they disappear immediately when I pull out of my garage? Yeah. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's a fucking car. I mean, it does nothing for me as far as like, does it enhance my ability to be an operator? Does it make me feel better? Or does it like, no, none of that? No. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, see you guys in Miami. We're going to head over to the beach here in Hawaii.
And don't forget to head over to MiamiSellersConference.com, guys, and get your ticket now at the cheapest price you can get it. And we will see you there with these top-tier e-com experts alongside a bunch.
Eric, do you remember your code? What is it? Amazon Lit 50?
No, it's just Amazon Lit.
Amazon Lit. If you guys put Amazon Lit, you'll get a discount on your tickets. So be sure to put that in there and go through Eric's link. I think it'll automatically tag you either way. But much love, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
We'll
Okay, see you in Miami.
Yep.
Peace.
See you, Max. See you, Eric.